I needed that.
I feel better already. Sweet relief.
That blasted imp! Oh, bless you for coming to Frederick's aid. He's been attacked, turned upon by his imp slave, cast down this hillside like an aged parent of a cragged sea cliff, left to be devoured by arachnid monstrosities. Who Frederick is unimportant. He is naught but a cog in the machinery of the greater good. But since you asked, since you cannot bear to remain unknowing of this person, Frederick will tell you this. He is a devotee to the goddess, to the Church of the Immaculate, to liberty, destiny, justice, and beauty, to scholasticism, mysticism, aphorism, nepotism, neologism, disestablishmentarianism, and the undead's right to life. Frederick finds himself wary of it, to be quite honest. Don't look so surprised. Imps have a long history of compulsory service to the superior races of Rivellon. Frederick would be a fool to refuse the services of the realm's finest bloodstone-sniffing beast on moralistic grounds, no matter how humane or well-reasoned. A valuable artifact, precious like the silence in a house newly emptied of a visiting mother-in-law. It is able to heal even the gravest wounds, and it is a key component of the Immaculate Faith. The Bloodstone? Give it here, come! Frederick wants to march back to the Immaculate Temple on 2 strong legs.
We can't ignore this man's suffering for our own benefit. Keeping the stone would be a terrible mistake. Give him that stone, or I'll make it so that 1,000 bloodstones won't be able to heal you.
All right, we'll do it your way.
Ah, Bloodstone. Goddess's chosen mineral, and the cause of and solution to Frederick's current trial. Frederick thanks you, stranger, though now he must go show that imp the force of his righteous fury. Oh, and why should I? That little mongrel tried to kill Frederick. Ah, Frederick will either have committed himself to the deep or learned the secrets of eternal youth before he'd let that happen. Stand aside.
As powerful as it is sinister.
Frederick yields, and he
Back
doesn't
on my feet.
that. But you spoiled a precious star stone. Only a heart of blackest black could suck dry the gift of the goddess. Prepare to meet your demise.
Not even worth the rummaging.
Frederick last saw the imp at the top of this cliff, but there
What's
isn't a
this?
soul
It
in
looks
sight.
strange.
He must have hidden in the cave Frederick mentioned. What did he call it? The lair of Maraschino?
I'm crawling like a rat here!
Gadasha the Bountiful be praised that we have made it out of that hell-sent sandstorm. The hour grows so very late, so very quickly. Pace-slowing impediments such as these will be the death of us should they persist. I've told you parts of the saga that is my life, Hunter, but I have yet to divulge the true reasons for my haste. Perhaps, at long last, I had better do so. Yes, let's get this over with. I did. Yes, I hissed, fool that I was. I should have died that day, but instead I fell into a stupor and awoke in a different realm of Rivellon, bereft of all my wealth, and with my soul betrothed to a demon's debauchery that would be 10 centuries in the making. But it had also kept its promise, that life-seeding obscenity of a creature, for I was my young, my healthy self again. And yet my bodily convalescence merely betrayed my utter mental degradation. A necromancer and a demonologist I had become. A lowly conjurer of atrocities whose every heartbeat screamed Hiraka and pumped the bitterest of biles through my being. Like a savage I lived in the wilds, a companion of beasts, not man. It was there that I learned to love them so, the animals of this world. These gentle beings that don't know the meaning of betrayal or greed, that kill but to feed, not because it brings them wealth or pleasure. In time, resolve settled within my soul, despite being so irrevocably besieged by dissolution. I decided that I wouldn't accept the shackling of my being so easily. 1,000 years the demon had given me, and 1,000 years I dedicate to pitting my knowledge of demonology against its eponymous creatures. Yes, it is my resolve to kill the thing I summoned, and I have been stalking it for well over 9 centuries. I, Hunter, I am nearly 1,000 years old. 25 of them a king, the rest a restless predator. Balberith is the demon's name. If I don't find and slay him before the year is out, my soul will be his to torture eternally. Now you know what drives me. Now you know the reasons for my haste. Either I fail and suffer for all time, or I win and life everlasting will be mine. That is a good question. As for Hiraka, I don't know what happened to her. I have seen my erstwhile palace from afar, a ruin now, a house of wind and dust. Beyond a doubt she moved on and lies, as we speak, in the arms of another king, assuring him he's only a bit under the weather, that his humors will be in balance again within a matter of days. Poor man. Like all men, he's a fool. Oh, but how I long to be wise. There has to be a first, hasn't there? If I can look her in the eye and denounce her, that shall be a... That day will never come. Born a fool and buried a fool. Perhaps that is simply how it must be. So I shall. My instincts tell me he hides from sight in Phantom Forest. I could have guided you there, of course, but your own quest seems to push us inevitably in that haunted realm's direction. Maybe we'll both find answers. Answers and conclusions in that ghoulish grove where phantoms dwell. Good. No use in standing about.
What a life it is that Jehan has led. Like listening to a great tragedy. A tragedy that is about to come to an end. Indeed, Balberith be damned. Jehan has source hunters by his side now. This place reeks of stagnant magic.
If you were constructing a secret cave lair, I doubt ventilation would be your first priority.
The Great Meridino's recipes are stunning and so very simple. You never know when one might come in handy, so it's best to learn them all.
If this was once someone's hidden lair, it seems they've long abandoned it by now.
It certainly doesn't seem to have been a planned departure, does it?
Maridino the Marvelous won't appreciate your disturbing his things. Not one bit. The Great Meridino's recipes are stunning.
There you are, you beast! How dare you treat Frederick that way?
Oh no! Yox is sorry, Master. Yox shouldn't have done it.
Are you ready to meet your foolish
It's heating up.
slave? Ah, almost as satisfying as the goddess's love.
Oh, I could do it a cold drink.
Potent heat!
Oh, bless you for coming to Who Frederick is but since you asked, since Frederick finds himself wary of it, don't look so surprised. Imps have a long history of valuable artifacts. The Bloodstone.
It certainly is. Luckily, we were here to help him out.
Ah, Bloodstone. Goddess's chosen mineral. And the cause of and solution. Oh, and why should I? That little mongrel tried to kill Frederick. Well, when you put it that way, Frederick sees your point. All right, let the beast remain. It's no skin off Frederick's nose. Frederick will take his leave then.
As powerful as it is sinister.
Frederick yields, and he
Back
doesn't.
on my feet again!
That, but you spoiled a precious starstone. Only a heart of blackest black could suck dry the gift of the goddess.
Like
Prepare
hauling an anchor.
your demise.
Unbreakable! My heels are really dragging here. I know the ways of the serpent, yes.
Help me! I am powerless to protect myself!
Wait for me!
Really dragging here!
Gadasha, I've told you parts of the saga. By all means, if you're in the mood for such a dark tale. Herak, never had I known a single word can cut deeper than the sharpest of daggers. With maddening glee, the demon told me she was one of his kin. After such revelations, does one truly... It smiled, of course it did. Smiled bare 100... I did. And yet, like a savage, I lived in the wilds, a companion in time. Yes, it is Balba. Either I fail and suffer for all time, or I win, and my instincts maybe we'll both find answers. Answers and conclusions. That is a good poor man. And so let...
What a life it is that Jehan has led. Like listening to a... Perhaps, though I'm in no particular hurry. If Jehan has made his bed with demons, he may well have to lie in it.
Frederick last saw the imp at the top of this cliff.
Are my eyes fooling
but
me?
there isn't a soul in sight.
He must have hidden in the cave Frederick mentioned. What did he call it? The lair of Maraschino?
Oh, this place reeks of stagnant magic.
If you were constructing a secret cave there, I doubt ventilation would be your first priority.
If this was once someone's hidden lair, it seems they've long abandoned it by now.
It certainly doesn't seem to have been a planned departure, does it?
No, shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. No, bad yokes, bad. No, bad yok. No, shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have. Is he alive? Is Master alive? He must be, he must. A little imp is too weak to kill a great master. Too small. Yox only pushed him once, just a little shove. How could Yox know how fast he'd fly off that cliff? Oh, he'll come for Yox. He'll kill Yox. He shouldn't have done it. Oh, if only Yox had courage. If only Yox were brave, like a great, brave, heroic imp. He'd march right up to Master and he'd say, "Oh, Yox is too much a coward to dream of it." Yox scrambled into this cave to hide. Hide from Master till the end of time. Do you think Master will find Yox here? Oh, but Yox simply can't run away. His legs are like marmalade. What can Yox do? What can Yox possibly do?
That's right. One day he may even muster the courage to run away and find freedom forever.
Yes, yes! Yox will stay forever and forever, and Master will never find Yox, and maybe one day Yox will be brave, and then Yox will run free from his cave and free from Master for always!
Heard any good tales, my friend?
Way out! Master will kill Yox!
Well, what's this I've spotted? I've always been a cut above the rest.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Sigurd's beard, what a find! Now this is valuable.
The wizard's study, is it? I doubt he'll mind if we help ourselves to any goodies he might have left behind.
Meridino loves to read, but you've got to be quite sharp to find his secret literature.
Now, to find out what effect that had. Source Hunters 1, Secret of Absent Wizard 0.
We're getting pretty good at this, if I do say so myself.
Fortune! Ah, what have we here?
It's got to be the Bloodstone Frederick is so desperate.
Your tongue and listen closely. Maradino the Omniscient will lay all bare.
I won't plunder now!
Once my arrow tastes blood, it craves more.
I'm tripping!
A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
Lodia the Dissonant, Maradino offers you one final paradox. Return to unlife.
Bless the Seven! I am restored! Limited laceration! I've been struck low.
mighty radiance!
Poison breath, knower of nightshade, your eternal night is over. Return!
Pray once more.
Power stance!
I've got the prey in my sights.
My body's broken! Got you right where I want you!
Daggers drawn.
I can see the white light.
am the Forsaken. Forsake me not. Return to me.
I could thwart your every move.
Heart beats too slowly to sustain me.
I need to stem this bloody torrent! I'm in the dark here!
I feel better already!
Baking like a cake.
I needed that.
Oh, this place reeks of stagnant magic.
If you were constructing a secret cave there, I doubt ventilation would be your first priority.
The great...
If this was once someone's hidden lair, it seems they've long abandoned it by now.
It certainly doesn't seem to have been a planned departure, does it? softest step disturbs no terrain. Well, what's this I've spotted? Of the serpent!
Chaos grips my hands today.
Meet your demise!
Back on my feet again! What's that gleam? Please assist me! Friends! Back on my feet again!
As good as a new penny.
On the mend! I feel better already!
The wizard's study, is it? I doubt he'll mind if I help myself to any goodies he might have left behind. Does anything seem different now? And there you have it. Source Hunter 1, secretive absent wizard 0. This must be the bloodstone Frederick is so desperate for.
How now, brown cow?
I don't
Donnie would have
understand
been
why
in
we're staying
stitches if he
put.
heard that.
Silver Glen can't be far away now, can it? Maurice, dearest, you do have a tendency to state the
How
obvious.
now, brown cow? Howdy. Lovely day for a romp through the forest, ain't it? Ha! Like hell. Goblins round here swarm as thick as flies round my cattle's asses. Put an axe in my bodyguard's face, one of them did. Right where his big drunken nose used to be. So, you wish to partake in a polite little parley about our respective prospects, purposes, and expectations in life, do you? Rotten, cotton-picking nonsense, that. I'm Roy. I'm in the animal trade. And instead of knocking back cheap rye in Silver Glen, I'm stuck in a friggin' forest surrounded by totem-worshipping savages that want to use my privates for target practice. There. Now you know it all. Aye, my latest set of merchandise. Joy to hurt 'em, that lot, until they crap all over your shoes, that is. Won't cost me fortunes on bootblack's wages much longer, though. Bought 'em for cheap from Berkshire back in the city, and I'm about to sell 'em dearly indeed in sacred stone. Full of lunatics, that place, or so I've been told. They'll slice these beasts from ear to ear the moment they can get their hands on 'em. Use the blood in rituals or some such. Lunatics, right? Madman. Must you? Donnie. Bah, some thug from Seal he was. All balls, no brains, you know. Perfect set of qualities to lead me past them zombies, I figured. Figured right, I did, until we met them goblins.
Now, you can have balls bigger than that bull over there, but it takes a fair bit of wit and cunning to beat a goblin at the hunting game. And Donnie, I tell you, the simple soul would have believed you if you told him eggs grow on eggplants. Not but your typical mining settlement is Silver Glen. You know the kind. Rough and tumble shacks, rough and tumble workfolk, and a handful of women that let their petticoats drop to the floor the moment they see a shiny coin between your fingers. No kidding. Ferocious as a hungry mountain lion, that lot, with swords and spears for talons. Donnie and I must have adventured too far north. I'm just gonna hang low until I can no longer smell him, and then I'll make a dash for it. Without an escort this time.
Creature.
So this cad is leading these beasts to the slaughter. I say we slaughter him.
To the slaughter?
How about
I don't understand. If he wants to eat them, he should just eat them.
This Roy is a cad, my fluffy friend. We should make a run for it, mate.
Godspeed.
Sup, mate? I'm Timford, mate. Badass buck. Wood? Say what? I ain't joining that party, mate. I'm off. Cheers and peace out.
Don't understand why we're staying in Perth.
Laters.
Silver Glen can't be far away now, can it?
Ahoy, traveller. Let me salute you with true ovine spirit. Welcome. I'm Bruce. Ram, roamer, and reveller. Revel in what you ask. The beauty that is Doreen. That is this sweet, nay, this cherubic cow. The cutest of her kind ever to have moved. Why, yes. Do tell me. Have you ever beheld a bovine belle as elegant as her? No, for such a cow does not exist. Would that I could partake in the privilege that boar of a bull enjoys. How cute and woolly our offspring would be. Leaving lambs on a lavender eiderdown. Tell me it isn't true. Am I to go like a sheep to the... Well, you know the horrid phrase. Please, help me.
But I'm as soft and tender as a newborn calf, thank you very much. Which is something I do not intend to share with a famished goblin or any other carnivorous creature. How lovely to see you again. Your interest in my modest person truly flatters me. My name is Doreen, and this is my husband, my flame, my love, my Valentine, Maurice. Oh, Maurice, darling, do be quiet. He never bothered to master the human tongue, you see, and is therefore wholly incapable of indulging in this delightful conversation.
Moo?
Yes, that'll do, Maurice. He's just so excited, don't you know, as am I, to go to the golden pastures of Silver Glen. Roy, our owner, has been going on and on about how all of us will soon be in a better place indeed. Dear me. Slaughter? Blood? This cannot be. We must do something. Maurice, darling, do something.
Moo!
Bit late for that, innit? Trust you to raise a moot point, Maurice. Oh, kind human, have mercy on us poor animals. Deliver us from certain death in horrid Silver Glen.
Well. The wee wabbit went away, eh? How wonderful. Blast your eyes. That cursed coney would have fetched me a pretty penny if it weren't for your meddling. What? You're soft of heart, are you? The poor dears shouldn't be killed. I should just give up on the gold they'll fetch me. Well, say no more. Seriously, shut it. You think I risk life and limb for a bit of beef and mutton? Either you pay me in gold, or you leave me alone before all this chatter attracts the damn goblins. They're yours for the money I was gonna ask them blood bunglers in sacred stone. It'll be 1,300 gold. What do you say?
Horns.
We
Perhaps
have a
even as
deal,
much as-
so let us seal it. Here's your gold.
Wonderful. Yes, come hand me that gold. Give it here. Give it here. Yes! Ha ha! They're yours now, and I'm legging it back to Syceal.
The hero of the hour, nay, the century. How agreeable it is to gaze upon you. My champion, I am in your debt. Maurice and I are infinitely grateful. May neither thine horns nor thine udders ever wither.
Moo?
Well said, my dear Maurice. Well spoken indeed. But what shall we do next? We can hardly travel with you, now can we, kind hero? Perhaps we could seek those legendary pastures that nasty creature of a Roy described. They may well be real, for a man such as he hasn't the imagination to dream up such a lovely place. Though perhaps it is safer and more convenient simply to return to Syceal.
Agreed. May you find your paradise.
Yes, I had hoped you would say that. Oh, this is dizzyingly exciting. Maurice Dumpling, let us embark on a thrilling adventure forthwith.
Moo!
Potent heat!
It's heating up.
Potent heat.
Look! One of the alien aspect approaches. Go on, my boy. State the ancient demand.
Troll.
Well nigh correct, my son, but not quite.
Troll.
You come very close in your approximation of the venerable bid, my boy. But a tiny flaw distorts it still.
Troll.
Capital, my son. Most excellent. I'm very proud of you indeed. Now then, dearest wanderer of Lucula's leaf-strewn lanes, you have heard our inviolable command. Pay us, trolls, the toll that is our prerogative, and the bridge shall be yours to cross. I am Bridgekeeper Archibald, and this wee cherub is my dear son, Amadeus. I'm in charge of his education, and will see to it that one day he shall become the greatest bridgekeeper ever to have voiced the hallowed tenet. Troll toll, yes, so he shall. So he shall indeed. Ask them, and I shall answer. Those clubbed unfortunates over yonder, they did not pay the toll, traveller. And to be clubbed, I'm afraid, is the fate that indubitably befalls those who do not heed the infrangible doctrine that is troll toll. They say only one of your kind has ever met him, and even that is but a rumor. Maradino is the name this exception went by, a sorcerer. Know you, so quit that grimace of eccentric character. I was told he had a lair upon Lucula's desert plain, but have never seen proof myself. All for the better, I believe. For should he have stood in the presence of the king, his presence would have been snuffed decisively and brutally.
Bang!
With a bang indeed, Amadeus. Now then, my boy, please acquaint our aspirant bridge crosser with the quantity of the toll they must pay.
The toll is 1,000,000 gold coins.
Indeed it is not, Amadeus, as you very well know. Greed is a vice, my son. It is a vulture most vile that preys on virtue. Cast it from your soul and restate the pecuniary levy we desire with all your heart's honesty. 1,350 coins, please, traveler. 1,350 coins.
Like hell it isn't. We're not paying, and that's that. Look, just follow my lead, and next time I'll follow yours.
No, we'll do as I say, and there's an end to it.
Thank you very much indeed. You have been most courteous and forthcoming. Now then, what do we say, my boy, to the kind traveler who has sufficiently disbursed us?
We say thank you. So, thank you, traveler. But, Daddy, this is such a bore. I want to club some more.
Amadeus! Such a bore I want to club some more? Have you been talking to that ne'er-do-well of a Bellegarde again? Please do forgive him, Wanderer. I shall have a sound word with this wee rapscallion indeed. In the meantime, do feel free to cross the bridge. A troth thank you have wholeheartedly.
I needed that.
We want to cross the bridge, Daddy. Do we have to pay the toll too?
Time for you to slow down!
On the mend!
Corner! Let's see you try to wriggle free!
Blessed may you be by all seven gods, dear champion. But for your timely intervention, I would have ended up in either an orcish cauldron or the goblin slave pen, whence these thugs were ordered to march me. I'm from Hunter's Edge, a hamlet to the east of here. Heed my advice and stay well away from that pitiable place, for no human may walk there freely anymore. The orcs came in the night, and we stood as much chance as chickens would, locked in a hen house with a pack of starving wolves. Not to mention that our champion Medora had already abandoned us. Those who escaped their initial frenzy, eluded their horrid hunger, were all enslaved. I myself was en route to be sold as a slave to the goblins, but those idiot orcs denied to pay a troll their eternal troll toll. Needless to say, a fight ensued. A fight that brute of a troll won with flying colours. We merry three were the only ones to escape the carnage and taking a bit of a breather. That is to say, the fight had made my orc guardians hungry once more. Had Pudgy Pete survived, it'd have been skinned and chopped by now. Regular devils, these orcs. Go ahead. The goblins have been the masters of Silverglen's mines for a while now. Took it by force. From what I hear, the erstwhile miners back in the village have no idea their brethren from Hunter's Edge are being forced to slave in their lost quarry. The more fool them. Ask me not why it has been the nucleus of such strife, for I haven't the foggiest. In truth, I don't intend to find out either. Thanks again for freeing me, dear champion. I'll make a dash for it to Sy Seal, and hope the undead there have grown sluggish enough for me to slip by.
feeling hot under the collar.
Dance for me, God.
Stand back, pigskin! You're not welcome on our hallowed grounds.
Enough. Go and rest. Drink spirit wine.
Gold and goods. These are things we welcome. You may pass if you want, but speak to the Great Spirit Totem. He'll decide your final fate. Until you do, you are forbidden to leave our tribe's seat.
I'm overheating here.
To run. To me, my goblins, gather round your totem.
What trickery is this? It vanished. And yet...
What? What are you doing here? It is I, the Spirit Totem. Bow before me, worm. Or, dance instead. Yes, dance, my puppet. So, you stumbled upon my particular method of ministering to my tribe. There's just nothing so special afoot here, Source Hunter. Believe you me. You see, not so long ago, one of our tribesmen stumbled across a mysterious red stone. We found it shiny and pleasing to the eye, so we installed it in our spirit totem. But soon it began to speak. A demon's voice it was, dark as night, and each of the goblins took it as the voice of the spirits made manifest. Where once they turned to their shaman for guidance, now they only have ears for that blasted totem. But I would not be so easily overlooked. I found this cave and built myself a device that would allow me to dispense guidance, as is my right, through the guise of the totem. The demon keeps his nose out of it, as long as there's enough bloodshed to go around. Though he did see fit to make an appearance when it came to questioning you. What's so special about a thick-necked pig's skin? I can't say, though. But there's no reason we can't keep this between us, friendskin. After all, better one of the tribe looking after it than a strange demon, wouldn't you say? Come now, Source Hunter. There's no need to interfere in goblin affairs. All you've got to do is climb back up that ladder and go about your business as usual.
He doesn't seem to be doing much harm in any case.
Ah, that's the spirit, noble Source Hunter. All for the good of the tribe, of course. Goblins require the guidance of their shaman, and ever will. Welcome the stranger! Show it, goblin grace!
Whoever controls that funny pipe controls the whole goblin village. Or at least that's what the shaman's always muttering about.
Enough. Go and rest. Drink
Warm as
spirit
dragon's breath!
Did someone leave an oven door open?
these faithful minions of mine, you may stay unharmed. You may leave unmolested. But only if you indulge me. I wonder, don't you know? Reflect on that which was, is, and shall be. And I wonder how you would respond to a few hypotheticals, if hypotheticals indeed they are. Then let us begin. Say you meet two soldiers on a strip of beach. They impede your way, the discourteous drunks. Do you accept their orders to accompany them? Or do you stay true to your course and damn their lives?
Not me. I would stay true to my course. Your demise would be such a great loss. Don't be tricked by this spirit pole.
To earth in reverence of this totem, now stand. And fall to earth in reverence of this totem, now stand. And fall to earth in reverence of this totem, now stand. And enough. Go and rest. Drink spirit wine.
No, we'll do as I say, and there's an end to it.
Now say you meet a starving man. He is eyeing raw fish on a merchant stall, as if it were the world's greatest treasure. Do you slap his hand bent on thievery, or do you close your eyes to his lawless intent? Drink great spirit.
So would I.
And finally, say that you meet a creature in distress. A beast of burden, perhaps, wounded while protecting his mistress or master when they were assaulted by lonely bandits. Do you go to great lengths to save it, even though it doesn't concern you in the least? Or do you leave it to die and become carrion bird supper?
Not me. I would leave it to die. Your demise would be such a great loss. Don't be tricked by this spirit pole.
To me, my goblins, gather round your totem. Fall to earth in reverence of this totem. Now stand. And fall to earth in reverence of this totem. Now stand. And fall to earth in reverence of this totem. Now stand. And enough. Go and rest.
Very well. Have it your way.
Oh, shameless liar that you are. Your actions and words clash like water and fire. Stab it. Skin it.
This totem leaves a nasty taste in the mouth and a vicious slitting at the back of the mind.
What have we here? Among these faithful men, I wonder, don't you know? Then let us begin.
So would I.
Now say you meet a starving man.
So would I.
And finally, say that you meet a creature in distress. A beast of burden, perhaps, wounded while protecting his mistress or master.
So would I.
You have answered me truthfully. You who have been ripped from the ages. Your words do not belie your actions. Hear the spirits speak, my goblins. It is not to be speared, this creature. It may freely dwell among your kind. And fall to earth in reverence.
This totem leaves a nasty taste in the mouth and a vicious slitting at the back of the mind. I smell demons.
That painted tree? Oh, what a strange world you live in.
Once more the filth talks, your wagging tongue. I may just roast it whether the totem likes it or not. I, insolent and ignorant pigskin, am Sadakandras, chief of goblins. I am the totem bearer, the lord of earth and sky. One day, all the world will bow before me and whisper my name in reverence. That wretched insect is who I am. Sadakandras. Village. Ha! This is a tribe's seat. This is sacred ground. The only reason you still live is because the totem will so. I would make you a slave, just like all those other humans. The ones sent to us by Orc bitch Grootilda. She, Hoghide, is chief bitch of worm-weak orcs in Hunter's Edge. Go there, yes, go, and she will make you orc bitch slave. Grovel, little human. Grovel before spineless orc woman.
It's heating up.
Goblins, revere me with a jolly jig. Enough. Go and rest. Drink spirit wine. To me, my goblins, gather round your totem.
Potent heat!